Hey man, tonight we're gonna make pea soup. Pea soup is super easy to make. Here's our ingredients. Obviously peas. I've got a pound of dried peas, a Spanish onion, some celery, carrots, some spices. I use a bay leaf. These are kind of optional: oregano, thyme, dry mustard powder, peppercorns, salt. Our liquids, I'm going to use 50-50 water and chicken stock. You could use all chicken stock, you could use all water. It's fine, it just tastes a little different. So I'm going to chop these up, slice these very thinly, be back in a minute. Okay, I've chopped up our Spanish onion, our stalks of celery, and our carrots. Obviously I washed and slightly peeled the carrots, not too much. Now we're going to chop up my favorite ingredient here, our bacon. I take just a quarter pound of bacon and we're just going to chop it into small pieces. If you had a ham hock, that would be really great too. You have like a leftover ham bone that you're eating with some extra meat on it. You could throw that in here instead of the bacon. That would be great. Okay, let's put our chopped ingredients right into a pot. We're going to cook everything in. Carrots, celery, onions, our bacon, quarter pound of bacon. And we can add our liquids. So I'm going to do 32 ounces of chicken stock. I told you I'm going to do 50-50 chicken stock and water. If you think this isn't enough, you can always add a little more liquid, and our 1 pound of the peas. And then I'm going to measure out my spices. About a teaspoon, 1 bay leaf, and then maybe a teaspoon of the thyme, teaspoon of the salt, teaspoon of the mustard powder, and a few peppercorns. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of the dry mustard powder, some of the thyme, which I like, a teaspoon, a little bit less of the oregano, maybe half a teaspoon of that, a teaspoon of salt, and we just add this to our soup mixture. Stir it in, bring it to a boil with the top on, and then we simmer it for a couple of hours. Everything will fall apart. It's going to be delicious. If you think there's not enough liquid when you start cooking it, just feel free to add some more. Okay, so I had started with 2 quarts of liquid. I don't think it's enough. I just, I brought it to a boil and it started simmering. Now the peas have kind of, puffed up a little bit. And so I'm going to add another, let's see, that's 1 cup. I think I'm going to add a full 2 cups because some's going to evaporate. We can always leave the top off at the end and let it boil down a little bit. So I started with 2 quarts. I'm going to end up with another 2 cups there. Our soup's been in for 2 hours. I just turned the heat off. Everything's broken down, all the onions, the celery, and the peas. I did no mechanical stirring like with a stick blender, but you could do that to make it a little bit smoother. And we just serve it up. It's nice to have those little chunks of the carrots and stuff in here. There you go. There we go. Pea soup. Enjoy.